Hello and welcome to the Queen's Court Roundtable. I am Tendra, and these beautiful ladies are going to introduce themselves as well. How you guys been?
Hey, girl.
Okay. Yes. So, who wants to start the introductions?
Well, my name is Latoya, and I am a mother of two. I have another one on the way, and kind of like an overachiever. I'm a hairdresser, a coach, and just kind of
Who'd you coach?
soccer. I'm a soccer mom.
Oh!
I'm also a children's ministry teacher as well. I teach 3 to 5-year-olds as well as a teenager. So,
Awesome.
I'm very busy.
Yes.
And I also just entered into the world of network marketing as well, so I'm very excited about that also.
Awesome.
Okay.
And I'm excited about it as well because I'm in the network marketing industry.
And
So am I.
And so are you.
So that's something that we have in common. That's awesome. And so I have 3 little ones actually, a 1-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. And yeah, pretty much they run my life. I am currently an engineer working 9 to 5, and I've been doing it for about 11 years now. So after working so much, getting so much pay, I decided that I needed to step out on faith. Well, not completely step out because I haven't broken free from my 9 to 5, unfortunately. And so that book says, Smart Women Break Free. I'm on my way to doing that, and that's why I became a network marketer, because I wanted to basically join the industry that was going to allow me to have more time for myself, for my children, and to focus on my long-term goals, such as helping the community, doing things that will better our youth too in our community. So, so that is my main reason for being a part of the network marketing industry, and I just look forward to leaving my 9 to 5 for my children. So,
Awesome. Well, I'm the other Toya.
Toya.
Actually, my official title is Dr. Latoya Johnson.
You did right.
Yes. I have a PhD in molecular biology, and I actually spend a lot of time in academia. I teach at 2 different universities, and my focus is on science and public health. So for me, the decision to go into network marketing sort of centered around my central purpose, which is helping other people. You know, and I saw the value in it, of course, having a doctorate, you know how to research stuff. So when I researched the opportunity that I'm in, you know, I realized that it really had a lot of benefits, especially meeting people where they are, as opposed to trying to push them too far out of their comfort zone, and giving them an opportunity to better their lives in a well-rounded manner, you know, giving them more free time, giving them an opportunity to learn how to manage their money and actually live an exceptional lifestyle that many people think that they can't have. So I'm also a mother of some children. We're not going to say
3 of them, right?
Yes, I actually have 3 biological children, and I actually have a 4th one who was appointed to me, so I guess God really showed me some favor, because I got 4 altogether. And, you know, for them, teaching them to think different, because, you know, 95% of the world works for 5% of the world, and that's because we've been trapped into this little box of thinking. So I wanted to instill in them the importance of entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
So that they transition to their next lives, they don't have to face some of the same cycles that we were stuck in, with student loans and credit card debt. So Toya, you were saying, we didn't hear why you got into network marketing. I know you have a busy family.
Oh, absolutely. I have a passion, a natural passion for people, and I thought it was just brilliant to be able to put my passion into action and actually make a profit from it. I believe that every gift that you have is supposed to bring a profit. I value my time more than anything, and I knew that entering into the network marketing field, that is something that is definitely achievable. It takes a lot of hard work, but I'm also a very determined person. So the financial freedom, the time freedom to be able to freely use my personality to import that into my business as well, and also just to have the time to spend more with my children. I believe that investing time into your children is very, very important, especially with the times and days that we're living in right now. So now with that freedom, I'm able to, participate more into my son's life, into their activities, and into their education as well. So it's just a win-win situation for me.
I think you brought up an important point because I was watching a show. Now, we don't have too much time to watch shows with our schedule.
Yeah.
But last night in the wee hours, I was watching a show on demand. And one of the songs they played, it was a gentleman singing to this woman who was about to give up on her talent. And he was like, God gave you this gift. It's not yours to give away.
Absolutely.
And I think in the workplace, what's happening is, we get so bogged down with trying to meet the demands of other people that we forget what our passion and our purpose is.
Exactly.
And even when we think we're in the field that is going to fulfill it, we end up just giving away our time, giving away our energy. It ends up draining our spirits as opposed to actually channeling it and bringing out what God really wanted you to do.
Absolutely.
And being able to do it wholeheartedly. Because,
Exactly.
I love teaching, but having to rely on that alone as a means of financial security takes away the joy of it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they, no teacher, I don't care whether they have a PhD or not, gets paid what they should be getting paid. So getting to the point where I have residual income where I don't have to worry about how much they pay me, I can bring that passion back into the classroom and have more of an impact.
And have that time that you need to focus on those things.
Exactly.
And that brings up a great point because I always try to juggle a lot. And I was about to lose my mind trying to do 10 different things with kids and with the husband, and it was just becoming too overwhelming with me trying to go to work every day. I'm an actress, so I want to be in different shows and I go to auditions, and then I also want to, have my own business, nonprofit. So it's just too much, and some women can do that, but really, when am I going to spend time with my children and focus on things that I want and my passion? Yeah, I think that you have to do as well. Exactly, I have to go to work every day, so that was not nothing I could just erase off of my plate. But network marketing did allow me to, it is going to, I haven't broken free like I said before, but it is going to allow me that time that I want to pretty much, have that 9 to 5, that 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. slot and schedule to, clean up my house or spend more time with hubby or, focus on going to an audition for things that I want to do in acting or even doing my nonprofit planning and things like that. Basically, I can do things that are going to be a part of what God's purpose is for me. Those things that He's put in my heart to do and want to do. I can't do that trapped behind a desk every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm wasting my life sitting there behind a computer all day. I'm like, oh my God, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I got to stay here until 5 o'clock. Dang. And then by the time I get off, it's no time to do it.
Or you're tired and you just
I'm
crash.
tired. Right.
And investing time and effort into anything is, I think, is the foundation to any successful relationship or business.
Yes.
And that's why it's so important that time, people don't understand how valuable time is. If you're constantly trading your time for money, you're missing out on the joys of life. We're not here. We're not here to just work every single day,
A lot of people think that's what they're put on, this earth to do. It's just to work and then to retire. And they think that's where their life is. No one really thinks about their passions anymore because they get so caught up in working that they forget about themselves. And I was a victim of that. I just basically thought I had to jump from job to job, and I found myself getting excited over overtime and 50-cent raises and things like that. So I realized that I was slowly pushing away from my passion because I thought, okay, well, I'm getting a little bit older now, so maybe, because a lot of people start that when they're young, so let me, just kind of put that on pause, put that on hold, and then 2 years have passed, and I'm still like, okay, making all these excuses for myself, and that doesn't really help the situation. That's why I, ended up leaving my 9 to 5 because it got to points where when I decided to pursue my singing and things like that, they told me, no, you have to be here, and no one can keep covering for you. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, well, what I'm doing is so important, and it's what I really want to do, I'm just gonna have to make the decision to step away from it and focus on what I really want to do.
Yes.
And it really took a lot out of me to do it because I didn't know where my next dollar was gonna come from. But you know, I just really had faith and just did like a lot of praying and a lot of meditating to myself to see how it's gonna do everything. And it's working out fine. A year later, I'm still fine, and I haven't had a 9 to 5 since.
That's great.
Just I made that
Your
process.
singing career.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because one thing that prevails between all four of us is we do have a strong spiritual background. You know, where we are may not be the same individually, but we all know that faith is important when it comes time to stepping out on what you believe God really ordained as your purpose. And it's interesting, as I started doing more of my network marketing, I wanted to make sure that I constantly reaffirmed what I was doing with my faith. And recently I saw where, you know, again, people think that we're here to work. No, God never ordained you to have to work. He provides everything for you.
Absolutely.
And it actually wasn't until in 1 Samuel, I think around the 11th chapter, where the Israelites were begging for a king. And God was like, I keep taking you all out of a position of servitude. Stop trying to go out. And so it was because they kept begging for it. He was like, fine, this is what you're going to get forever. So we, you know, it was our ancestors that actually put this curse of corporate slavery.
Wow.
That's exactly what her and I was thinking about.
Right.
Mhm.
And if you look at the people
Yes.
who were actually fundamental in the movement of religion in general, all the way to Jesus himself, he essentially was spreading the gospel. He didn't have a 9 to 5.
He was a network
checking
marketer.
in.
Professional network
He was a
marketer.
professional network marketer.
And God provided all
And God
of his
provided all. And his
Exactly.
and his
There you go.
12 friends.
There
And
you
his
go.
partners.
His
They-
business partner.
Because they all gave up what they were doing
Exactly.
to go and spread the gospel. So
Exactly.
it's like, you know.
Also, word of mouth marketing.
So,
Yeah.
Having all
Interesting.
But you know,
Christ started this.
It is.
but I mean, but the reality is, like, you know, if you notice, the people who make the biggest differences, they break away from that path.
Yes.
You cannot keep holding on to what you think you're supposed to do. You can't do that. You have to step out
Yes.
Or you be miserable.
and actually, you know, so that you can actually get the life that you're supposed to live.
Exactly.
So, you know.
Toast to that, ladies.
That's awesome.
Really?